Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transformation Tuesday. Hope you're having a fabulous week so far. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Sydney, and it's a little bit windy, but other than that, it's pretty good. Can't wait to get outside actually for 10 minutes. So today I'm talking about Rosie. So Rosie is a 45-year-old woman. She's a wife and a mum, and she's suffering from bloating, burping, diarrhea, and celiac disease. I'm Ange Sinclair and I'm the Digestive Detective. So Rosie came to me reluctantly at the outset. She was a referral from a friend of hers that had seen me a few years ago. She had not used natural medicine before and she wasn't sure if it could help her. So she had quite a laundry list of problems that were going on for her. She felt like she was always really bloated, and she was really embarrassed as a mum as she knew there was people asking her, was she pregnant again? So she'd also had diarrhea early on in her 20s. So every time she went to the doctors with this, she was dismissed. A few months ago, she got very sick and a new doctor ordered a whole range of tests for her, and it turned out that the 20 years of diarrhea that she had was due to celiac disease. So please, if you don't get the answer from your doctor the first time, you might want to get a second opinion. So celiac disease, just to tell you about that, is where the immune symptoms react abnormally to gluten, and it causes damage to our small intestines. We have these little finger-like projections on our small intestines called villi, and this is where our absorption takes place. So these little fingers get flattened completely, they lay down flat, and that stops us from absorbing vitamins and minerals. So this can also cause inflammation, not just in our digestive system, but all through our body. And 1 in 70 Aussies have celiac disease, and around 80% of this number don't even know that they've got it yet. So it's really important to remember that you don't necessarily need digestive symptoms to have celiac disease. So other symptoms might include iron deficiency anemia, fatigue, failure to thrive in children, unexplained weight loss. So recurrent mouth ulcers is a big one for me, and skin rashes. So the most common is called dermatitis herpetiformis, and so that comes on the back of your arms generally, and it's like a chicken skin. So that can be through other things too, but it's generally a really big sign of celiac. So now that Rosie had been diagnosed, she was on a really strict gluten-free diet, and she said she felt much better than she'd had for years, but she still had a lot of symptoms. So for the first thing we did for Rosie was gut repair. So for Rosie, still to have diarrhea, even though she'd stopped eating gluten, was a sign that her gut was in need of repair. So we started with probiotics and a gut healing powder, just for a few weeks to get her bowel under control. And this happened really quickly. So by day 5, she said she felt pretty confident that her bowel was getting better. She felt like she could go out in public now without having to know where all the toilets were. So we did a SIBO test for Rosie as well, because celiac affects our small intestine, and Rosie had massive amounts of bloating, so she wanted to make sure she had this. So celiac disease and SIBO sometimes go hand in hand. Well, a lot of time go hand in hand. So what we did then is we started her on my 60-day protocol for SIBO, combining diet, supplements and herbs. Rosie's bloating diminished pretty quickly. Her bowel was completely normal, and her burping had stopped all by itself. So we didn't really have to do anything with that at all. So Rosie and I worked together intensely for about 3 to 5 months, and now she knows what to do, and we catch up about every 8 to 10 weeks, just to monitor her process and fix any arising issues. So you can see these sorts of conditions do take a little while to heal. They're not a one thing and you're done. So Rosie's journey is far from over. She has really 20 years of intestinal damage to fix through a diet and supplementation, because this will be ongoing for her for a while. So when Rosie noticed her bowel had started to heal, there was other things that she said. She said, "Oh, I feel like my memories come back and my brain fog has changed." So they they weren't even symptoms that she really mentioned to start with. She said, "I just always felt like in a haze, and I just thought that was normal for me until it changed." So she said, that it's interesting how we have those things that are happening and we don't even know they're happening to us. So she thought right now she had more energy than her kids. So if you'd like more energy than your kids, or you want to be clear-headed in your thinking, or have bowel issues that you'd like some more clarity on, book in for a free 15-minute consultation. So for those of you on Facebook, the link is in the video above, and for those of you on Instagram, the link is in the bio, and for those of you on LinkedIn, it's in the comments. Happy birthday, Katie Murfitt. She's a big supporter of this page, and I'd love to say shout out to her. Hope it's a great day. Bye everybody, see you next week.